Yeah. Yeah, Muslims don't follow God. What I'm saying is Muslims don't follow God, right? Muslims are not chosen by God. How do you follow God? Let me get the Quran. Because you're a Muslim. You're a Muslim.
But how do they come to you for decision while they had the Torah, in which is the plain decision of Allah?
So according to Jibril, the Torah is the plain decision of Allah. Keep going.
Yet even after that they turn away, for they are not really believers.
You ever read the Torah? You ever read the Torah? No, so you are a disbeliever according to Allah. Because you're a disbeliever because you don't follow Allah. Because if you followed Allah, you understand what his decision is. But you never read it. You never read it to say, I want to know what Allah's decision is. How do I follow Allah? Right? The Quran is telling you it's through the Torah. But you don't follow the Torah, you follow Muhammad. No, I'm not a Christian. We are the Israelites. We are the favorite of Allah, the chosen, the one who have to keep the covenant. No, I'm not Jewish. The Jewish people are not the Israels. They're Israelis. They're not the Israelites. Yeah. I'm an Israelite. I'm the one that's been scattered abroad like the Torah say. No, not Judaism. The Bible, the Torah does not teach religion. The Torah teaches a covenant. No, we don't. Well, we use the Quran because y'all got black people and Hispanic people being Muslims and y'all don't even care about them. No, not at all. Because you got to. And I'm trying to show you that you believe in the Quran. I'm showing you believing in the Quran, you do not follow Allah. No, nobody up here cares about the Quran. We don't care about it. Soon we're going to burn it. Because I'm proving to you that you don't follow Allah. You are Muslim, you follow Muhammad. You don't follow Allah. I prove with the Quran. I can prove with the Torah. I could prove with the Torah, but you don't even know what's in the Torah. Because you came over here and said, you say that I don't follow God, you don't follow Allah, and I'm proving just now that you don't follow Allah. Because, look, they can never stand, man. They can't stand against the truth. And we out here to show you that Islam ain't the way, man.
I got that stay focused, no camera lens. Take a bad shot, no cameraman. Drunk off that cup, babbling. On they doctrine, staggering. You ain't dealing with amateurs, we scholars, no bachelors. We ain't dodging no challenger. Turn this bitch to a massacre. In this bed, no airlines. Sent traps like landmines. Now he bleeding. Somebody get this pussy nigga a tampon. Breaking down these strongholds. Demolition. Get you rewired to your power like electrician. I got that spirit on me. I got that spirit on me. Man, I understand these scripts, I see it clear.
Listen, people, black people, Hispanic people don't even know who they are ethnically. They don't even understand that they had a language prior to Spanish and English and French and Creole. We had a name that wasn't the name of our slave masters. Like, it goes that far back. We don't even know who we are, and there's a people being destroyed because of this. And it's only you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians because y'all are the only children of God. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians of patrilineal, Negroid, and indigenous descent are the only people of God. White people are not the people of God. Arabs are not. The East Indians are not. The Bangladesh are not. The Chinese are not the people of God. The Arabs are not the people of God. But you blacks, Hispanics, and won't nobody go in this Bible with me. Won't nobody go in this Quran with me. Because y'all not the people of God. Keep going.
Since you priests refuse to know me,
Right.
I refuse to recognize you as my priest. Since you have forgotten the laws of your God, I will forget to bless your children.
God forgot y'all kids, man. Y'all kids getting shot every day. Every day in the black and Hispanic community, I see babies crying because they mommy and daddy getting deported. I see babies getting gunned down, man. God gonna hear y'all, man. Look at this. Let me get Sirach 32 and 14 in the GNT. Let me get Deuteronomy 4 and 5 in the NLT. We teaching the Bible. We can teach y'all anything. We can teach y'all everything about God. Any question that y'all have, we can answer with the Bible. And we don't want to get paid for it. You don't got to subscribe. You ain't got to be a member. We'll teach you everything that you want to know. But nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to know about God, you know what I mean? When I get shot, I'll cry for God, you know what I mean? When my baby's shot, I'll cry, why God? Bring it out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 14 in the GNT. If you fear the Lord, you will accept his correction.
Right, if you fear God, if y'all truly fear God, y'all will accept his correction. The way y'all live, it ain't right. God is punishing the black and brown community because we're not living right. God is causing our babies to get gunned down, sister. God got our fathers and our brothers in the prisons. Nobody wants correction. Nobody want to know that we living wrong. Like, if God's saying that my lifestyle is not the right way, then I don't want to follow God. That's how our people is. They want to cry to God when they baby shot. Keep going.
He will bless those who get up early in the morning to pray.
Right, and we're not talking about Muslims. Keep going.
Study his law and you will master it.
Right, because Muslims don't study his law. They don't study the plain decision of Allah. They don't study Allah's book. So they can't be blessed. Right? That's why they're not blessed over there in Gaza. Keep going.
Unless you are insincere about it.
Unless you're insincere about truly following God.
You see the Muslim here, you started to shit about Muslims?
Yeah. Yeah, Muslims don't follow God. What I'm saying is Muslims don't follow God, right? Muslims are not chosen by God. How do you follow God? Let me get the Quran. Because you're a Muslim. You're a Muslim. So let's see if you follow God. Let me get this Surah 2. We want to see if you truly follow God, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let me get 240. Bring this up.
This is Surah chapter
Al-Baqarah, right? You read Al-Baqarah. That's the beginning of the Quran, right? You read it, right? You read Arabic? Yeah. So I got the Arabic in here. All right, keep going.
2 and 40. O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you.
So Jibril, so Muhammad, that the children of Israel are the favorite of Allah. And Allah is telling the children of Israel to remember that you're my favorite, right? Keep going.
Your obligations to my covenant with you, so that I fulfill my obligations to your covenant with me and fear none but me.
What is the covenant? So if you don't know what the covenant is and that there's a people that have to fulfill those obligations to that covenant, if you don't know what that covenant is, how can you know whether or not you're following Allah? Let me get 5 and 43. I'm gonna show you what the covenant is. 5 and 43. You believe in the Torah?
Yeah, I believe in Torah. I believe in the Torah.
What's in the Torah?
The Torah, I believe the Torah, the Quran, everything.
What's in the Torah?
As a Muslim, we believe the Torah,
The Psalms, the prophets, the Injil.
So, my concern is, we believe about the peace more than you.
Well, we don't. Well, God isn't a man of peace; he's a man of war. That's in the Torah.
Because
Let me get that in Exodus 15 and 3. I know, but that's why I'm saying that you believe in Islam. You believe in Islam. Islam does not teach the word of God, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you where the word of God is according to the Quran. Bring it up.
This is Surah chapter 5 verse 43. But how do they come to you for decision while they have the Torah?
So Jibril was telling Muhammad, why do the Israelites, God's favorite people, go to you when they have the Torah? Hold on. They are liars. They are deceivers, man. The white man and the Arab man, Christianity and Islam, it's the same thing. I don't want to believe what's in it. I just want to believe that it's there. Do you believe in the Torah? Yeah, I believe in the Torah. You ever read it? No. So how can you believe in something you never read? How you going to say I believe it, then I read something in the Torah, you going to say you don't believe in that? You know what I mean? Because they are not really believers. They are liars. They follow Muhammad, not Allah. Right? They follow a pedophile.
Right.
They follow a 50-something-year-old man that touches on little girls.
Lay it out.
That's what they do. And they do it still in Saudi Arabia to this day. They grown men penetrating little girls, marrying little girls. Because Muhammad said. So, after we done proved this Arab, these Muslims don't follow Allah. They don't follow the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They follow a man. They follow the cobblestone. They follow the moon god. That's what they follow, man. So back to the true followers.
Right.
Let me get that back in Sirach. Fuck this Quran. Yo, I love my people, man. Yo, I won't get like that. If my people want to talk, like, I won't get like that with y'all. You know what I mean? But these Arabs, I don't care about. Like, we'll drag them up and down this block.
Bring it out.
Bring this up. Start from the top again. Yeah, start from 14 again.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 14 in the GNT. If you fear the Lord, you will accept his correction.
Right, but these Arabs don't fear God because we just showed him in the Quran how to follow Allah, and he did not accept the correction. He wanted to go against what Allah was saying, what Jibril was saying to Muhammad. Keep going.
He will bless those who get up early in the morning to pray.
All right, so now you got to get up early in the morning to pray. So a Muslim to say, or a Christian to say, I get up every morning and pray. Let me get John 9:31. Let's see who God is hearing the prayers of. John 9:31. God doesn't hear everybody's prayers. It's not about religion. It's about a covenant. He's only the God of the children of Israel. He's not the God of everybody. Even in the Quran, he said the children of Israel is my favorite. Right? Bring it up.
It's the book of John, chapter 9, and verse 31.
It's coming out of the Injil.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
See, he what?
That God heareth not sinners.
Now, he said he believed in the Injil. He said he believed in all the books. But if I show him that God don't hear sinners, so your prayer goes nowhere in your mornings, right? Keep going.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
Now, if you be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, in the Quran, it tells you how to submit to the will of God. And it's by following the Torah. But these Arabs never read the Torah to say, I believe it. They never read it to say, yeah, I believe it because it says this, and I'm following it because Allah said to do this, and if I don't, then he's not going to love me, he's not going to bless me. But they don't follow God, they follow a religion. So bring this out again.
Sirach chapter 32, verse 15 in the GNT. Study his law.
Study what?
Study his law.
Study the covenant, study the Torah, right?
And you will master it, unless you are insincere about it.
See, now we asked him, he believed in the Torah. We asked him, does he read the Torah? Has he ever read it? He said no, because he's not sincere. He's not sincere about following Allah, right? Keep going.
In which case, you will fail.
He's on the what?
You will fail.
Now look at what's happening to the Arabs. Look what's happening in Palestine and Gaza. They're failing. They run, they step on each other's necks, they kiss the stone and all that. They bow and pray 5 times a day faithfully, but it still failed them. Their God is failing them. Keep going.
If you fear the Lord, you will know what is right, and you will be famous for your fairness.
Right, you will know what is right. And the Torah is a plain decision of Allah. It's what is based about what's right and wrong. But if you're not studying this law, then you're not sincere, and you won't know what's right and wrong. Keep going.
Verse 17. Sinners have no use for correction, and will interpret the law to suit themselves.
Right? They don't care about God, man. That's why it's easy to be a Muslim. Let me just take my shahada. Because I don't got to follow God, I can follow Muhammad. Let me just be a Christian because all I got to do is pray. I don't got to follow God. Because Christians and Muslims don't teach God, they teach religion. And religions don't teach God. And that's why we come out here to show y'all, man, we want these kind of altercations with people who think they know and think that they follow God truly. So that we can show you whatever you believe in, whether it's the Quran or the Bible, whatever you believe in, we can show you what it's saying, how to follow it. And they don't follow it. They want to reject, they want to fight against what they believe in, and it's crazy. It happens every time. I want to go until 24.
Verse 18, sensible people will consider every opinion.
Right? Look, if he was sensible, he would be like, all right, I see what you're saying. Okay, so what's the Torah? Yeah, I want to follow God. I want to be a true follower of God, and you're right, it says that in the Quran. Okay, so what's in the Torah? Because I never read it before. Where should I start at in the Torah? Where do I find the Torah? Right? Sensible people will consider every opinion.
But arrogant people will let nothing stand in their way.
You've seen that. You're an arrogant person. Nothing's going to stand in my way. I don't have to believe in the Quran. I don't have to believe in what that says. All I got to do is go to Jumu'ah on Friday, and I got to pray 5 times a day, and I got to keep Ramadan. But none of that you're going to see in the Torah. You don't see Ramadan. You don't see Jumu'ah. And you definitely don't see, all you got to do is pray. Hold that. What you got? It's cool. Bring it up.
Verse 19, never do anything without thinking it through.
Right? Don't be a Muslim without thinking it through. Don't be a Christian without thinking it through. You got to think this through. You got to be like, all right, what you believe so I can know what I believe in. And then when a brother come out here and show you the Quran and say, if you're not a believer, if you're not following the Surah, I mean, you gotta think this through. Don't make no decisions, you know what I mean? Keep going.
And once you have done something, don't look back and wish you had done something else. Don't take a course of action that is dangerous. And don't make the same mistake twice.
Right? Don't make the same mistake twice. I went from a Christian to being a Muslim. You made the same mistake twice. Keep going.
Don't be too sure of yourself, even when the way looks easy. Always watch where you are going. Whatever you do, be careful. This is keeping the Lord's commands.
Be careful, man. You got to understand his plain decision. The Torah is a plain decision of Allah. You got to be careful. All right, if I sleep with this woman, I got to make sure she ain't married because that's adultery. You know what I mean? If I smoke this weed, I got to understand that he told me not to defile my temple. If I smoke these cigarettes, we got to know the white man put the cigarettes in our community so we can kill ourselves. They put the guns and drugs in our community so we can destroy each other. But we picking it up willfully, and we teaching our children how to roll blunts. We teaching our children how many grams go into. My kids don't even know about grams, ounces, how many ounces go into a half a pound, how many. I mean, they don't understand this. I just asked my daughter this today. How many grams go in an ounce? How many ounces is in a pound? She like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But we so smart in our wickedness, but we so dumb when it comes to righteousness. This morning.
Verse 24, believing in the law means keeping the Lord's commands.
He said he believes in the Torah. He said he believes in it, but if you said you believe in it, that would mean that you're keeping it. Keep going.
If you trust the Lord, you cannot lose.
He didn't trust the Lord, man, he lost. But we trust the Lord, man. We come out to the public for anybody to challenge us. We'll go into Quran, we'll go into Sunnah, we'll go into Bible. But y'all don't trust in the Lord. Y'all not like, but I follow is the truth. You know what I mean? If you follow what was true, and if it was all about God, then you would trust in God that it's not going to fail. But man, these Muslims and Christians have been failing in their understanding. They've been proving that they're not following God, man. Let me get that in Deuteronomy 4 and 5 in the NLT. Nah, you passed that. Let me get Deuteronomy 4 and 5 in the NLT. Let me get, I want something specific. How long my time been?
53.
All right, I'm about to close out with this. I want this one. I'm gonna want the GNC with you. I want something very specific. Let me get Sirach 16 and 1 in the GNC. Bring this out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5 in the NLT. Look, I now teach you decrees and regulations just as the Lord my God commanded me.
Right. He said he teaches us the decrees and regulations just like God commanded Moses to do. This is the plain decision of Allah. This is the guidance and the light. This is where the book of Allah is, right? Keep going.
So that you may obey them in the land you are about to enter and occupy.
Right, so that we obey them wherever we are.
Obey them completely, and you will display your wisdom and intelligence among the surrounding nations.
Right, and they be so confounded, man. It's like, yo, how they know this much? I know more than you in the Quran, but you evidently don't. You ain't even know where I was going. You ain't even know you was in a trap. I set a hole there for you to come and fall in. Because I know you don't follow God, and I know you don't know. But this is our intelligence, man. This is our wisdom in the sight of these nations, in the sight of these religions. Keep going.
When they hear all these decrees, they will exclaim, how wise and prudent are the people of this great nation. For what great nation has a God as near to them as the Lord our God is near to us?
Right? What great nation, you blacks and Hispanics, got a God that's near to us, man, as we are near to him. God is punishing us because we are his children. You don't whip other children's asses. You whip your child's ass. And that's why God is whipping our ass, because we don't accept correction. But when our babies get shot, when all these things, terrible calamities happen to us, when there's earthquakes and the ceiling falls on your children, there's a house fire, and you could run out, but you left the babies in there, then you're praying to God. And you're praying that God is real and he comes and saves you, and he's not. Keep going.
Whenever we call on him. Verse 8, and what great nation has decrees and regulations as righteous and fair as this body of instructions that I am giving you today?
Right, this covenant. What nation got this great body of instructions, the decision of Allah, like the children of Israel? The Ishmaelites don't got it. They don't follow it. They don't have a covenant. The white man and the Christianity don't got these instructions. They can come as you are and leave as you are and be as you are. You mean? You got the pastor, these white pastors touching on little boys. You mean? You got white people kissing on their sister, going to church and being like, praise God. Bunch of incest babies. Right? They think that God just accepts them, but God don't accept these people. They're not the people of God. They don't got these instructions, man. Keep going.
Verse 9, but watch out. Be careful to never forget what you yourselves have seen. Do not let these memories escape from your mind as long as you live. And be sure to pass them on to your children and grandchildren.
We believe in this Torah. We believe in the plain decision of God because we read it. And we pass these on, man. He said, watch out, man. Yeah, man, be careful in everything you do because that's the keeping of the commandments. When we teach it, we got to watch out. We got to teach this, man. You mean? So we're not going to be finished like these nations. We got a complete understanding of God, man. We know why everything is happening. Everything. We know everything that's about to happen. We've been saying things is going to happen before these things actually happen, and it's happening, man. 16:1, GNT.
The book of Sirach, chapter 16:1 in the GNT. A large family is nothing to be desired if the children are worthless.
All right? God is saying, your children mean nothing if they're worthless. This is how God feels about your kids, man. This is how God feels about your son. This is how God feels about your daughter. This is how God feels about your grandson and your granddaughter. If they're worthless. What makes a child worthless?
Godless children are
Godless children, man, are what?
Godless children are nothing to be proud of.
Godless children are nothing to be proud of. And this is who God is saying is worthless. God said your children are worthless. There's no reason to be proud of them. If they worthless, and godless children are nothing to be proud of. Why?
No matter how many children you have, don't look on them with pride unless they fear the Lord.
Right? Don't look on them with pride unless they read that Torah. That's how you fear God, is by believing in it and following it. Keep going.
Don't put much hope in their future.
What does it say?
Don't put much hope in their future.
Right? You can't put much hope in God's children, these godless children's future. It ain't Chinese people kids getting shot at 7 years old. It ain't East Indian kids getting shot at 7 years old. It ain't white people kids getting shot at 7 years old. But it's you blacks and Hispanics that got godless children that's not having a long future. They're not living long, man. And it's a promise. Because they ain't godless, but they can be godless. They can be godless because they don't have the instructions that's so dear. They can eat red meat and eat blood and kiss their sister. You mean, and all that, because God says we're not allowed to do that. You mean, they can lay with animals. His mom can lay with her dog. You mean, and nothing is going to happen to her. But something is happening to our children because we're teaching them incorrectly. We're being a bad example, and God is destroying our family. Right? White people family don't get destroyed because they're not God's people. They can break God's laws, and God doesn't care. They don't have nothing divine. They don't have nothing so close to them like how God is with us. Keep going.
or expect them to live a long time.
We can't expect our children to not live a long time. Keep going.
One child who does the Lord's will is better than 1,000 who do not.
It's a message, man. It's a message, man. Keep the commandments, teach your kids. We ain't out here to pull your hand. We ain't out here to force you. We out here to warn you, man. All you blacks and Hispanics. Y'all follow these Arabs, y'all follow these Muslims, y'all follow these Christians. It's a blind leading the blind. You're gonna fall off a cliff. You're gonna lead your children into death. Because they're not following that Torah. Y'all not really believers, man. And we want y'all to be real believers so God can protect you. He ain't say if godly children, you know what I mean, are not going to live a long life. He's not saying godly children won't live a long life. He said, keep my commandments and live. Let me get one more. Let me get Deuteronomy 30 and 15. This is how I'm gonna end it. I mean, let's see what happens when your children keep the commandments. He said, godless children going to die. Let's see what happens if you keep the commandments.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil.
Right, life and good. I love you, King. Right, God set before us this day life and good, death and evil, because the Torah is a plain decision of Allah. It's the guidance and the light. This is what's good and bad. But Christians don't teach what's good and bad. They teach all bad is good. But all good, according to the Bible, the good is the law, statutes, and commandments. And they say, oh, we don't gotta keep that. That's bad. You're in a cult. Keep going.
In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God.
What?
To love the Lord thy God.
How do we love God? He's commanding us to love him. So let's see how he commands us to love him.
To walk in his ways.
So walk in his ways.
And to keep his commandments.
So what?
And to keep his commandments
What else?
and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
That we may live and multiply. Keep his law, statutes, and commandments. His judgments. Be a judge. Be like, you're not godly. You're going to die young if you don't get right. Your kids going to get shot, man. You're going to bury your kids. We out here judging, man. Because that's what he told us to do. Keep these commandments and these judgments. This is the plain decision of Allah. That's why I don't even argue with Muhammad, man. I don't even argue. We don't give a fuck about the Quran. We don't believe the Quran. But we know what it says. And we know that you Muslims are not following the Quran. You are not following Allah. Right? Keep going.
And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Right, and we not blessed. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we ain't blessed. We dying, we getting shot, we got drugs, guns, you know what I mean? Women shaking ass. Kids dying young. Our dads in the prison, our uncles and our brothers, they filling up the prison house. We not blessed. Y'all got an income tax check and y'all think y'all blessed. Keep going.
Verse 17. But if thine heart turn away.
What is that?
But if thine heart turn away,
But if your heart turn away from these laws, statutes, and commandments,
so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away.
just like how he didn't want to hear. Right? This Arab didn't want to hear. He was drawn away. But he cool though. It's you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians got to feel the repercussions, the judgments of God for turning away, for wanting to be a Muslim. You want to be Muslim. You want to be a Christian. But you're not following God. You're not being a Muslim or a Christian to follow God. You're being a Muslim or Christian because your dad was a Muslim. Your dad was a Christian. Grandma brought you to church. Right? I got locked up and I had to choose one or the other. I mean, they ask what you are when you get your wristband. You're a Muslim or Christian. I don't see too many non-religious on a wristband. Keep going. I don't even see Israelite as an option. Keep going.
And worship other gods.
If you worship other gods, if you turn away from these law, statutes, and commandments and worship other gods,
And serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land.
right, you're going to perish. Your kids not going to prolong their days. They're not going to have a long future when you turn away from these commands. It's easy, man. Read it. My kids keep the commands. This brother's young, man. He keeps the law, statutes, and commandments, man. These brothers, the Lord put the spirit on them. You got a choice. You really don't, because God chooses who he wants. You mean? You really don't. But you can have the desire to want to learn about God. You mean? If you truly want to, if it's really about that. You really don't got a choice. You mean? And that's why we not mad. That's why if you want to be wicked, be wicked. You mean? You want to do whatever you're doing, listen, man. You're going to get judged for it, but we washed our hands from it. Keep going.
Whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Right, so we got life and death, blessing and cursing.
Therefore, choose life.
Right, this is how we live, man. He's giving us a promise. We keep these commandments, we're going to live, man. How many death threats we done had? We had it, you know what I mean? He said you're going to live. Keep going.
That both thou and thy seed may live.
That both thou and thy seed may live, man. There's more on that.
That thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life.
He is thy life.
And the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Right, and it's not for these Arabs, man. The land of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to give to the children of Israel that obey his commands and he's given a promise of life to is the land from the Nile to the Euphrates. And that land is getting destroyed because he's promising his land to us. He's going to give us back the land, but they all got to get destroyed. They all got to get ran out. God is going to move ahead of us and he's going to destroy these nations for us, man. And we see it. Where are you from? Excuse me. Where you from? Where you from? From where? What's your ethnicity? What's your ethnicity? With what? Yeah. He like he got his hair cut at the pet shop. So yeah, I knew he was in there. God damn! Listen, man, choose life, man. You blacks and Hispanics, man. Choose life that you and your children will live and not living. I mean, it's a warning. We out here to warn y'all too. Y'all time is almost up.
Right.
The devil got but a short time left. God is about to destroy your nation and this America. Every nation, the Chinese, the Arabs, the Russians, everybody wants to destroy the white man. Everybody. They gonna get destroyed, man. Guess what? They don't want to destroy us. They just want to use us, enslave us, and have us working in the sweatshops. They need us. But y'all gonna get destroyed. I mean, God is gonna take your nation and trample it and bring your people to the dust and trample y'all into nothing. I mean, that's why we come out here, man. Just Lord willing, we the men, right? With that, we're gonna say, call Papa Daf, like how about Hashem Yahushua, and Mawaf Ball.
Mawaf Ball.